Woo! The Queen chooses the AR Wrestling Podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are your hosts, Alex and Ryan. And as usual, we got a banger this week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy because there's a lot that did happen this week, especially on SmackDown. There's some interesting stuff.
Yurt.
Let's get it. What's going on, Ryan?
Let's get it. What's going on? Not too much. Not too much. It's been a good week. It's been an eventful week in terms of wrestling. We had the Super Bowl, had Valentine's Day this week. It's been a big week.
Been a big week for a lot of us. Yes. I do agree. So we got news as usual. Ryan, hit us with some of the news.
Some of the news over on the side of AEW. I'm pretty sure the world already knows about it, but they have released 3 stars, that being Malachi Black, Miro, and Ricky Starks, early from their contracts, all 3 of which have expressed in the past that they want to be released from their contracts early, and that has been granted. And hell, one of them, Ricky Starks, debuted in NXT 2 days later.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
I just was scrolling
nuts.
through Instagram and I was like, no fucking shot. And then boom, there he is.
Mm-hmm. The reason I found out about it was you. I would have found out through it anyway, scrolling through social medias. But you're the one that immediately texted me. Usually on Tuesdays, I don't hop into NXT stuff to try to figure out what happens. But then you texted me that night, and I'm like, oh, well, something happened clearly, and boy, did it. It was pretty dope. Ricky Starks making his debut in NXT officially in WWE. And another one I want to shout out real quick, although it's not like confirmed or official or anything like that. Ray Phoenix, Tony Khan. I can't remember who. It wasn't Fightful and it wasn't Dave Meltzer. It's another good one that I can never remember the name of, and I'm really sorry for it. I think it's like Chris Featherfleet or something like that. Things like Chris Featherfleet, but he reported, I think, that Tony Khan is in discussions with Chris Van Fleet. Yes, I think. Wait, no,
said Featherfleet.
I can't fucking remember, brother.
Is it CVV?
I really can't. I think so.
Yeah, it's Chris Van Fleet.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, shows how much I pay attention to some stuff, but I just pay attention to the stories, not the reporters. Sorry, but. Ray Phoenix is like being talked to by Tony Khan right now, but about potentially getting his release as well.
He's gonna, if he doesn't get it, he's getting his release in like May. Mm-hmm. I think is when it is. So we'll see. I'm excited for this all to go down, especially because I want to see Ray Phoenix come in and do some shit with Penta. Cero miedo.
That'd be crazy. I saw some people talking about, like, what if, you know how Chad Gable's got this whole thing going on where he's going off to train to be a luchador?
Yeah.
What if it's like Ray Phoenix is the guy that's training him to be a luchador?
That'd be crazy, honestly. 4 months of training in Lucha Underground.
That'd be nuts.
So, I mean, we do got some other news, though. Vince McMahon, in his court case, apparently his lawyer withheld some documents from the court that were supposed to be there, but I saw something as something else that also said like it was false or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of it. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just here telling you what I saw on Instagram.
Exactly. We just report what we see. We're not saying it's fact.
We're comedic journalism.
Exactly. We're not the real. If you're trying to get your legitimate wrestling news from us,
some of the majority of it actually is really like true. It is 100% true, but we don't necessarily know everything into it. That's what we're trying to say. Yeah. So, anyways, we gotta get back on this topic. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else that we need to get into before we get into Raw?
No, sir.
All right. Well, let's do it. Rey Mysterio walks in. He's getting ready for his match against Logan Paul, who's with his posse for the Elimination Chamber qualifier. We also have Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley, who has a basketball. We'll later learn about that. And AJ Styles all walking in. Like I said, Lyra versus Bayley for the Elimination Chamber qualifier. And Bayley has some news about the basketball later. And AJ has officially made his return to Monday Night Raw. And so we get The one and only, the main event, Jay. Oh,
Oh, so
so in the stands, he goes, please, please hit my music. And yeet. When he's talking, you can't hear him over the fans.
dude, it's amazing.
Dude, and I saw like a behind the scenes thing because some fan had posted it. Dude, he was actually like super cool. He's like, hey man, just giving you a heads up. He's gonna need this space, so can y'all back up a little bit? They're like, yeah. He was so cool, dude.
That's
So,
cool.
but we'll
That's
see
so
George
fucking cool.
Kittle, San Francisco 49ers tight end in the stands wearing a Penta El Cero Miedo shirt. And just want to say that Nashville was it was Yeetville that on Monday. But we get one more time chance, we run it back one more time before he gets attacked by Gunther while yeeting on the announce table. And Gunther drops Jay on the announce table, but Jay tries fighting back. But, Gunther just being Gunther, he gives Jay a big boot in the ring, slaps the fuck out of Jay's chest. We get You Suck chance. And I'm calling it right here. You hear it right now. February 16th, 8:15 p.m. in 2025. I'm calling it Jay is winning the WrestleMania. Jay is winning at WrestleMania versus Gunther. He's winning the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't care if you like that or not, Ryan. He's winning it.
Yeet! Yeet!
But Gunther powerbombs
Yeet!
Jay. He puts him also in a sleeper, and Gunther says, "Don't do it, Jay." And as he goes to leave, he powerbombs Uso one more time, and he leaves smiling while walking up the ramp. And Jay's just crawling, man. He gets the mic. He goes, "Yo, Gunther." We start getting Yeet chants, and Gunther goes, off the mic. You can hear him in the camera. He goes, "You're not worthy, Jay. You're a clown." And Jay goes, "Man, I shouldn't say this. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Me and you at WrestleMania." And as Gunther goes back to the ring, Jay jumps over the top rope onto Gunther and his security, and Gunther and Jay get separated by security later on. What do you think, Ryan? What do you think of my
Fuck
WrestleMania
yes!
prediction?
Fuck yes! Fuck yes! First match made official for WrestleMania, and this is the one I want to see. I
This
swear to
is like
God,
the
Jay
third
needs
match.
to.
This was the first match, yeah.
First match confirmed on Mania, and Jay
So
has got to win it.
it's main event, Jay. Ooh,
So
so
I think this will be, to be honest with you, I think this is going to be roughly what we see over the next like however many weeks we have until WrestleMania,
that was
because
definitely what we're gonna see. There's no way it's
Gunther
wrong.
essentially promised him like until WrestleMania, I'm making your life hell. So I think it'd be a risky storyline, but if you can do it with anyone, you could do it with Jay. Where for the next I think it's 8. That's just the number I have in my head for some reason. 8, 9, 10 weeks away from WrestleMania, Jay's just consistently getting battered, beaten down by Gunther at every chance that he gets. But like week by week, you need to show him Jay like gets Gunther's number a little bit more, a little bit more. He gets smarter about ducking those chops. He gets smarter about getting away from that power bomb. And like eventually at WrestleMania, Jay just has Gunther's number.
So I'm saying he wins. It's main event, Jay. Ooh, so oh god.
Also, I think this should open.
Think it should open WrestleMania?
I think this should open WrestleMania. Period. Night 1 opening match: Jay versus
No,
Gunther.
I'm so sorry. No, can't do that.
Really?
Can't do that.
Mm,
Can't do it.
can't?
No, it's got to be
Why
a main
not?
event, man. I'm telling you, main event.
Nah, it's not in the main event.
Yes,
There's no
night one
shot
main
this main
event.
event. This is a
Night
main
one main
event.
event.
Nope.
Night one main event. Yes.
I would like it to, but I don't think it's happening.
Then why build? Well, then why work out this whole main event thing? What's the point of working that out?
I don't know, but I just don't see Jey Uso being the main event world title match when Cody Rhodes is going to be the main event of night 2.
Cody Rhodes,
Cody.
Cody
Like I'm saying this
Rhodes.
not from like an I want perspective. Like I want Jey Uso to be the main event, but I'm thinking about this as like this is my business brain thinking, not my wrestling heart. Where like they're probably gonna have, if we do this Punk Roman Seth triple threat, that'll probably main event night 1. Charlotte's or Rhea's world title match will probably main event night 1 because it's been like 4 years since we've had a women's title main event WrestleMania. So they'll probably be wanting one of the women's world titles or another story to
I see you have
potentially.
women open both shows. I'm so sorry.
Really?
Yes, dude.
Mm,
I can't
mm.
do it. I can't do it with this whole thing of I just can't, because if you're working at this main event shit, then what's the point of doing that? You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree.
That's the only reason why I'm sitting so strong on it.
I agree. That's a fair point. That's a fair point, and I can't argue against it, honestly.
Because with Gunther, obviously he says, "Oh, I belong in the main event." Well, no shit, Sherlock, you're the world heavyweight champion.
Hmm.
Just fucking in main event. Jey Uso is the nickname, it's the moniker. So I mean, like that's literally my only argument. Like, I can't make any other fucking argument.
But crazy enough, it's the strongest argument. Like I can't fight against that argument. Like if you're really gonna try to building up Jey Uso as truly main event Jey Uso, and you're
Like,
gonna put the world title on him, commit fully and put him in the main event.
Bro, they fucking dude. Did you see what list he was on?
What list?
He got put on
the Chris Jericho list. You just made the list.
No, he got put on the like top 10 most overrated. He was number 10.
What? That's crazy. That's actually nuts.
I was like, I can see it. I understand why. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. But that's just like insane.
That is nuts. Fuck those people.
Oh God. Fuck.
We yeet in this household. Yeet. We yeet on AR Wrestling Podcast. Yeet.
Yeet. Oh God, we eat here. If we didn't, who would we be?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's true. So nah.
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 Who knows? But yeah, that's what I got for Jay and Gunther. I'm excited to see that match at Mania at some point.
Me too, honestly. So after this, though, we get a replay of Io Sky getting attacked by Liv. Last week, Rhea coming to the save, then Raquel launching Rhea. We see a Rhea costing Io the qualifier, which moves us right into Rhea with Kathy Kelly. So how's Rhea feeling after last week? Because if Liv makes it to Mania, she'll deal with it then. Everyone's waiting on the top girl, like hinting at Charlotte, wasting everyone's time trying to stay relevant. I was like, damn. Io comes in, though, goes, "You cost me WrestleMania. I'm coming for you." Rhea's like, "Can't wait to see you then. Can't wait. I'll see you then." Like, she's like visibly, like, and internally upset with herself. You can see it. So we also get a promo video of the War Raiders versus the Creed Brothers tag team title match, and the War Raiders get ready backstage after this, and the same thing with the Creed Brothers, who are with Ivan Idol, getting ready as well. Moves us right into our first tag match of the night: Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Damage Control. And I'm just saying, why the fuck was this put on a Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, I agree. This is actually went way hard on this.
This was a fucking banger. Io and Liv start out, and Liv immediately just runs and tags Raquel. Raquel taunts Io before Io slaps Raquel. Like, this all happens like all within like 5-10 seconds. And Liv and Raquel do some trickery to take out Io Sky, but Dakota gets the hot tag and runs wild on Raquel. But later on, Io gets the hot tag and goes crazy on Liv. And, you know, she does her routine shit. She does the suicide dive, missile dropkick, Meteora. And Liv tries to counter over the moonsault, but Io catches her and hits a backbreaker after Liv had caught her prior. And then Liv and Raquel hit this insane code breaker, but now the code breaker is called the Oblivion. Did you hear that?
I caught that too. It was kind of weird.
But Liv gets used as a battering ram as well. And as Dakota goes to go hit everything, there's a double roll through, and Io hits the over the moonsault for the win. And as we literally said earlier, this match was PLE worthy. Change my mind. Change my mind.
I can't, because my mind is set that this was PLE worthy. Like, Liv was busted open during the part of this. Like,
dude, her eyes busted.
Yeah. Did you see the posts she made of that? Like that gash on her eye? It's disgusting.
Yeah. Just crazy. Oh.
Yeah.
And so I think what we'll see more is going to be, unfortunately, it's going to be, we're probably going to see Liv and Rhea again at WrestleMania.
Really?
But, yes.
I got an idea for that. Keep going. I want to hear what you,
But I would prefer Io over Liv, honestly. That's what I think. I'm thinking we're going to see Liv right now, because I don't think Alexa's winning, because we already have her SmackDown. Why would you do that if you're going to have Alexa, who's been reported to be in storyline with Wyatt 6. Bianca, I don't even know what roster she's on. Naomi, I don't even know what roster she's
I
on.
don't either.
I think they're both SmackDown stars, so there's 3 SmackDown stars. Bailey made it. She's a Raw star, so I'd be okay with Bailey.
Bailey
But
versus Ia, I feel.
who do
Ia.
we have
Rhea,
left? Who
sorry.
do we have left? Isn't it Trish and I think Trish has a match in Elimination Chamber.
Wait, hold on. Who are the women that have qualified for it again? I've kind of forgotten it already. It's
Bailey,
Bailey,
Alexa,
Liv,
Liv,
Alexa,
Naomi, Bianca. No, it's gonna be
Naomi.
Raquel and Roxanne. And I think Raquel's
Bianca.
gonna. I think Raquel's gonna
Well,
win her
I think
match.
Roxanne's winning that. I think Roxanne's winning
I
that.
don't think Roxanne's gonna win it. To be honest,
Honestly,
she reminds me too much of
if I
AJ
go,
Lee, but she reminds me more of
that's the
a
point.
mid card star.
That's the point. She's entirely inspired off of AJ Lee.
No, I know, and so is Cora Jade. But
Yeah.
my thing being is you can't run another AJ Lee the way AJ did it because especially with especially with the potential talks of her coming back. So I don't know. But after this, we learn about Sammy's injury. He has extreme nerve damage and spinal compression. But I don't know if you heard, him and Owens have a match at Chamber, right?
They don't have a match. No, they don't have a match.
Okay.
I'll get into
Apparently,
that one. I'll get into that on the segment on SmackDown.
okay. Apparently, reported right now, it's what it's going to look like. It's going to be Randy versus Kevin at WrestleMania. That's what I saw. I don't know
I
how
don't know
true that
how I feel
is.
about that.
I think Wrestling News Co posted that, so I don't quote me on that. I don't know if they posted it. I just remember seeing it as like a credible source.
I've seen a lot of
But
people talk about that, and I'm not sure if I like it or not.
we get a promo video of Owens giving Sammy a package file driver, replay of KO in the car from last week, and we see a replay of Alabama Slam from Cody to Kevin. But Kevin blames his loss on Sammy, and Sammy runs to Roman's aid in the Rumble and says Sammy is going to pay. What do we think?
I think this is intense. This is they have potential to turn this into my favorite rivalry of the year.
Really?
Or favorite feud of the year. The rivalry has been going on for 20 years. It's not a new one, but if they re-spark it and run it in 2025 like this, this Sammy versus KO feud has potential to be my feud of the year already. And because I'm already in love with what they've done with it. Maybe it's just because I'm a mark for both of them. Like I'm just a sucker for it. This is my type of pro wrestling. Like this is the shit that I freaking love watching.
That's valid.
So of course I'm going to be biased towards it.
That's valid. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, though, we see Lyra and Bailey walking backstage, and we get to their match, the Women's Elimination Chamber qualifier. Bailey versus Lyra, Valkyria, and before the match, we learn Bailey will be at the NBA All-Star Game, which is why she had a basketball. She'll be in the celebrity game as well. But we also see Roxanne Perez backstage, and we see Roxanne Perez versus Raquel qualifier for next week as well, like I was saying earlier. But we see Bailey and George Kittle taunt Roxanne. Oh, no, she is not backstage. She was ringside. I apologize. They were taunting Roxanne on the ringside. But going into the match, we get a collar and elbow tie up, and there's a lot of just trades, dude, for the first 5 minutes of this match. It was a lot. But Lyra does her drop kick through the ropes to Bailey outside to get some control. But we come back from commercial with Bailey in control, and later on hits a sunset flip into the corner. But Bailey hits the Bailey to belly, and Lyra kicks out, dude. And then Bailey hits a spinning side slam to try and pin Lyra. Fails. Lyra hits tornado DDT later on and hits 2 fisherman suplexes on a Bailey, one outside and one in the ring. But as Lyra rolls up Bailey, I noticed the ref hit the mat 3 times. But Bailey later rolls up Lyra for the win. What do we think?
I like Bailey
Before I get
going
out of
into the
match.
chamber. I like Bailey going in the chamber. I don't like the fact that Lyra. Why is Lyra worried about getting into the chamber instead of worrying that defending the IC belt? Sorry, I say it every week, and I sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna keep saying it because it's like, why, dude? It's such a bugbear of mine right now. Like I was so excited for this belt. Until they do something with it, I will continue to be salty about it.
I feel you on that. Like, why you could have Dakota win it, even if she like went out for injury. Like, still,
I would have liked to see Dakota win it and go into a potential feud with like a Liv Morgan or maybe an Io Sky in a friendly competition between Damage Control members. Or oh my god, fucking A. Even if Lyra holds it, you could run Lyra versus Io. You could run Lyra versus Liv. You could run Lyra versus fucking anybody on your roster that you're not using right now.
oh god, dude, you could run so much shit, but it's again a rare L from Triple H right now.
Hmm.
I think he's failing right now with the Y6 as well. But I
I
mean, I
agree.
don't know. Did you end up uncovering everything for that?
Uncovering everything for that? What do you mean?
Yeah, did you not see there was a glitch on Friday?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw the glitch. I saw the glitch on it. I
So
did. Was it like a barcode or something else was scanned?
no, it wasn't a barcode. It was like a glitch, and there was letters, and it said, "Do you feel in charge?" or
Oh
something like
shit.
that. It's kind of cool though. I'm not gonna lie. So,
I'm trying to remember the.
um,
Yeah. I'll talk about that when I get to the Alexa part because I
yeah.
think I remember when that happened.
After the match, though, Bailey shows respect to Lyra, gives her a hug, and Lyra raises Bailey's hand. But we get El Penta Cero Miedo promo video. Sorry, but we get Cero Miedo, which means zero fear and no fear to any challenge. No fear for cowards that attack from behind. Pete Dunne, Ludwig Kaiser. And he starts speaking some Spanish, and now I will teach you what true vengeance tastes like because Penta is coming for you. What do we think?
I like this. I like this a lot, especially if it's gonna run. If we can run this as like maybe a triple threat in the IC title scene. Maybe this leads to Rey Fenix coming back because of this talk. I don't want to throw around words like contract tampering with WWE, but I mean, if you hear anything that about the Ricky Starks situation, it kind of sounds like he had a contract waiting for him when his AEW one was finished. So I wonder if potentially they're getting ready to see if Rey Fenix might be free, and then they can pair him up with Penta in this whole feud if they need to.
I feel like
And if not, then they can run it as a triple threat feud. So maybe I'm seeing this as like, if we're able to get Phoenix, then we can do the tag match. If we can't get Phoenix, then we can do the triple threat match and go into the IC title scene.
that's true.
That's
That's
it's
true.
like it's like sitting at a crossroads right now.
Mm-hmm. No, and I get that. So, okay. But this leads us right into Jackie Redmond with Ludwig Kaiser. And what's Kaiser's reaction to Penta? And Kaiser said he isn't going to stop until he is done. Which leads us right into Pete Dunne walking in. He goes, "You got my way. I'd never help you." And him and Kaiser argue a little bit about who can beat up Penta worse. And then Kaiser ends up backing off, and AJ Styles walks past Kaiser with Kaiser staring him down. Do we think this is AJ's first feud?
I think his first feud's actually going to be Dominic or Logan.
That is
But
fucking gross.
I think this one's going to be in the future. Ah, yeah, I
Him and
agree.
Logan would put on a banger though. I'm not
Him
gonna
and
lie.
Logan at WrestleMania is low key what I'm thinking right now.
They would put on a banger.
Yeah, low key, that would be a really good match. Do you remember his banger with Shane McMahon that had no reason being that good?
No.
AJ Styles, like I'm pretty sure he opened WrestleMania against Shane McMahon, and the match had no reason going that hard. It was like the best match on the card.
What WrestleMania was it?
34? I think it was the one with the big globe in the background. 34 or 33 is the two numbers that I'm thinking of right now.
34 he defended against Nakamura.
Then it was probably 33.
Was it like a street fight or something?
Against Shane?
Yeah.
It might have been a street fight. I can't remember the stipulation. I just remember he fought Shane McMahon at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was WrestleMania 33. Because Shane can use the weapons to cover up his fuck ups.
Yep.
God. So, all right. Let's get into more of this, though. We got Alpha Academy with Lyra Valkyria and American Made walk in. Ivy absolutely berates Lyra and Alpha Academy, and Ivy predicts the Creed Brothers winning tag gold as well. We also see Hardy, Country Star, ringside, and George Kittle is in his. George Kittle has a Penta mask. His
That's
Penta
pretty cool.
mask. It is cool as fuck. But we see AJ Styles. Him come out, cut his promo. And we get AJ Styles chance, and his heart is about to beat out of his chest. He's got some major deja vu going on. 4 months ago, he went to that exact building and with a smile on his face because it was his stomping ground. It was going to be awesome. But that same night, he got injured. We get welcome back chance, and then he goes, "This was supposed to be a career-ending injury." And that night, he thought it was over. So when he hobbled his ass and looked in the mirror, he saw something to prove. Anything worth doing is hard. It's difficult. But I'm here in Smashville, Tennessee, telling the WWE Universe I am back, and he's got a to-do list. He wants to remind the locker room that he is still the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Which leads us to Dominic and Carlito coming out. Dude, I can't tell his and Finn's music apart. I thought this was Finn.
Yeah, dude.
This would have been so much cooler if this was fucking
It's
Finn.
bad.
I'm telling
Dude,
you,
by the way,
so much cooler.
When I said Dominic earlier, another name like Dominic, Finn. If anything, Finn or Logan Paul are the two people that AJ should fight at WrestleMania. Finn or Logan.
Why not do triple threat between all three of them?
Oh my god! Well, oh my
Banger.
god! Banger!
Banger! All right. Dominic Mysterio is with Carlito, though. Like I was saying, he goes, "AJ, I know it's been a while. I know it's," and this entire time, you know, Dom's getting straight heat. So Carlito grabs the mic and goes, "Malditas cállate," which I think is "Shut up, motherfuckers." But Dom goes, "You've been gone a while and things have changed a little." And Dom, you know, like I said, he's getting his usual heat. We get AJ Styles chant, and he goes, "The one thing we'll always say the same." And Dom's getting pissed. He goes, "Cállate." And he goes, "Is that the Judgment Day or runs Raw?" And AJ goes, "I mean, hold on, save your breath." While Dom's getting "You suck" chants. You know, I know who y'all are. I got the battle scars. You're right. Things have changed. I don't see Damian Priest. You lost him. Oh, yeah. Do y'all see Rhea Ripley anywhere? By the way, where's Finn at? He doing something else? Things changed. This isn't what I expected. All I see is a guy in purple skinny jeans. That's you, Carlito. And you, Dominic Mysterio, that no one likes. But I got to admit, man, I'm inspired by your work ethic. You work hard here every night. Just so you know, you will always be Rey Mysterio's punk-ass kid. And Dom tries to get a cheap shot. Carlito receives a Pele kick. As Dom goes for 619, Dom runs and Carlito attacks. And then AJ hits a phenomenal forearm on Carlito.
The phenomenal one. This has to end with a Finn and AJ match again. Please. Every time they have gotten into the ring, it is just
Triple H, we beg.
God.
Hunter,
so
we beg.
Good. Take my money. Dude, if they do like an AJ versus Finn singles match at Elimination Chamber, I'm going to Canada. Don't give a fuck about none of the other shit going on. I'm doing it.
That's crazy. Oh, shit. So, after this, though, we see a replay of Gunther attacking Jay and Jay confirming him versus Gunther for WrestleMania 41. Excuse me. And Jackie's with Seth freaking Rollins in a suite like we saw last week with Seth or with CM Punk. And cards are looking stacked against Rollins. How does he feel? And he says he's going to be honest. He feels great because it's time for Monday Night Rollins. Path to WrestleMania is getting clearer and clearer. And we get Jey Uso chants. Yeet. Which means all eyes are on Cody Rhodes. All eyes on the Elimination Chamber. All eyes on the man who will win the Elimination Chamber. He is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins. But Finn Balor walks in. He goes, "You know what, Finn? You're right. All our eyes are on you. The only thing people are seeing is the downfall of Seth Rollins. We see all the cracks. We all saw you lose to Punk at the Netflix debut. We all saw you lose your mind at Royal Rumble. The only thing between me, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania is a guy that's falling apart." And Rollins goes, "You believe that, huh? Think I'm standing in your way? To WrestleMania, to SummerSlam, man. Everyone knows when we get in the ring, we put on a show. But I got unfinished business to get with Punk, and I'd like to tie up loose ends with Cody Rhodes. It's you that's standing in my way, but mate, next week, you won't be standing at all." It's like, damn. Finn walks away with a big-ass grin on his face, and that's how we cut it. That's how we close it out. But we get a Logan Paul warming up backstage. Ray's getting ready as well. But then we get the Patastrator.
No.
We see the Super Bowl uh, commercial that Pat McAfee did. We see a pic of him being bald, a him with a mustache and a skullet, and Pat wearing a fat suit with a suit and tie. And we see Justin Jefferson with a kick me sign. And for those who don't know, Justin Jefferson is the Minnesota Vikings wide receiver. Dude's a dog. Dude is a fucking dog. I will say that much. Then we get Adam with AJ backstage, and AJ's like, Adam's like, I don't think you need, I don't think, or AJ's like, I don't want this. I need this. And Adam goes, how about next week, AJ versus Dominic? And we see Braun Breaker walk in, and Braun, or they both stare off. Braun is in the fucking happy to you cowboy hat.
Cowboy
And you see
Braun.
around Cowboy Braun. And this honestly would be a banger match. Let me talk to you.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta convince me. I already know that'll be so. Oh my gosh.
And then we have Golden Tate, who is also a former, who is a former NFL wide receiver. I believe is who's at this Raw. We see Bailey Zimmerman, country music artist as well here, because we're in Smashville, Tennessee, which means we get right to our World Tag Team Championship match: War Raiders versus Creed Brothers. Ryan, this match was kind of crazy.
It was. I agree.
Creed started out hot, and Eric gets an early hot tag and runs wild. hitting a Uranagi to Brutus, and Ivar running crossbody to Brutus into the apron as well. And then we come back from commercial with the Creeds in control, and as Julius hits a suplex on the Ivar, Brutus hits a splash onto Ivar as well. And Eric gets the hot tag later on with Brutus and Eric just trading big blows, dude. And the War Raiders, as they go for a War Machine, Julius hits Ivar with one of the tag team titles, and then Brutus hits Eric with the other one. And after the match, the Creed brothers stand tall with the belts. Did they win the belts off the War Raiders, Ryan? Talk to me.
I really don't know. Because I wanted to see New Day win the belts off of the War Raiders. But those dudes don't even seem to be going after tag titles right now. But I wouldn't be against it, honestly. Because it was like a year or so ago, right? You and me were talking about how American Made could turn into this or I don't know if you were talking about it. I honestly can't remember, but I know I was talking about it. So I'll say that I know I was talking about last couple months ago or something when American Made was getting created. You could really turn this into a super group of workhorse athletes that you can put your belts on.
Right.
I would not be against them winning the tag belts, but
I wouldn't
Triple
be
H
either.
just needs to do something with them.
I agree. I think he also needs to do something with this fucking Judgment Day. We see Carlito in pain, and Raquel, Liv, and Dom all on the couch. And we see Finn walk in, and Finn goes, maybe next time, listen to me. And Dom goes, Liv already qualified. Raquel's going to qualify. And Finn makes fun of Dom about earlier with AJ. And Dom says that Finn should try to find a new member for the Judgment Day while JD is out. And Finn starts going in, and Liv says Finn should also find a new member. And as we see Liv's face is just fucked up. And Finn says he's going to qualify and go to WrestleMania and win. All the Judgment Day, for real.
It's happening.
It's happening.
I see
so
potentially a nail in the coffin potentially next week. Dominic's going to try to help Finn against Seth, but that's just going to end up costing him.
That's real. I can feel that. Honestly. So
see it in their future.
I want to see something new with Finn because Finn is just not they've done nothing with him.
Yeah, I agree. This group has successfully turned Rhea Ripley into a megastar. It has turned Dominic into one of the most hated heels on the roster. Turned Damien into a pretty legit badass world title contender for the men's division. I was really hoping that this group was going to revitalize Finn's career, but it kind of hasn't.
I agree. Honestly. So I think Triple H needs to do something with Finn before shit goes sideways.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
We see Damage Control walking, and they walk into Rhea, and Rhea says, I'm not giving you a match because I want to, but I have to. Or not because I have to, because I want to. I'm sorry. But we get Raw after Elimination Chamber. We get Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Io goes, I can't wait. So I'll see you then. We get CM Punk coming out for his promo. He goes, I think it's obvious post Royal Rumble. We're on the road to WrestleMania. He goes, sometimes I talk too much. I didn't win the Rumble, but I'm not mad at Jey Uso. I like watching my peers accomplish their goals. And we saw Jey declare he's going after Gunther. So Cody, remember how I told you I was going to stab you in the front? Now I have to. Two people in the Elimination Chamber have qualified. One of us decided to say, hey, I'm in the Elimination Chamber qualifier. A little part of me was upset. Listen, John Cena is a legend.
Crazy.
John Cena deserves to call a shot. But bad news for Cena, I had to bust my ass, and I'm going to beat the living crap out of you. I'm going to WrestleMania. Cody, I'm coming for you. Another man that's qualified is a piece of garbage, Drew McIntyre. I would not be upset for Drew versus Cody if it was done right.
Neither would I, crazy enough. Like, that would be low-key really good.
He ran to the other show because I beat him in the Elimination Chamber. No, you're good. Go ahead and say what you were going to say.
I was just saying you could really run off of their indie history together if you did that feud.
Oh, God. You could. Or actually, you really could. He ran to the other show because I beat him in the Hell in a Cell. Another man whose name I don't even know if I should utter. Seth Rollins. At the end of the day, it will be my hand raised. It doesn't matter who else is in it. I've never been more confident in my life. Points to the WrestleMania sign, and WrestleMania 41 belongs to one man, 2 words, 3 syllables. CM Punk. I don't think he's going for a World Championship match. Hate to say it. Hate to say it.
I don't even know what I think about the men's.
Because you know what would really piss off a lot of fans that I wouldn't be pissed off about either?
What?
Hey, yo!
No.
You know I see why they call you a punk. Although I have better names that I can't say on TV. You know what I can't understand? It's this right here. You boo me,
but you cheer him. So well like him. Why do you
lost to Logan Paul? Cuts 24 hours later to Royal Rumble. As far as he's concerned, that was the greatest 15 minutes of your fame in your career. I got your number at the Rumble. I got your number at Elimination Chamber 2. Tonight is Rey Mysterio's 15 minutes of fame.
Hey, this dude, man. This guy. I don't want him to. I don't want to see him win the Chamber. God forbid.
See, me screaming "Ayo" doesn't help into my dad's allegations of calling me Logan Paul either. Me doing just like him. Doesn't help.
That was good. That was good. This is actually, weirdly enough, a feud that I want to see. Punk versus Paul.
That would be good, honestly. Mm-hmm. I feel like it'd be like a similar to LA Knight and Paul.
Potentially, it could be. I feel you. I definitely do feel that.
But Punk goes, the way they're booing, you'd think you're Dominic Mysterio. I forgot you were in the match. The number you pulled, though, is 619. And if you're lucky to get past him, I'll see you in Toronto and put your ass to sleep. I would not be opposed to see this feud.
Mm-mm. What if they did that at WrestleMania?
Again, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
God damn! Like Cena wins Chamber, goes after Cody. You do Jey versus Gunther, Seth versus Roman, Punk versus Paul.
God, WrestleMania would be stacked,
dude. No matter how you spit, I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good.
But as we get to the main event, it's Men's Elimination Chamber qualifiers: Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio, and I want to know what your thoughts are at the end of the match. So Rey starts out hot, and Paul gives Rey a little tilt-a-whirl gut slam on his knee. Logan starts taunting Rey, but we come back from commercial with Paul still in control. And Paul gives Rey a little moonsault battery, but Rey sends Logan to steel steps. He gives Logan 2 sitting sentons and a springboard moonsault. Then he goes for 619. Logan gives him a little big-ass boot to the face. And Rey hits the 619, but Logan Paul counters the dive that Rey does after the 619. And Logan Paul clocks Rey. Then he hits what I'm assuming is his new finisher for the win. McAfee called it the pulverizer. What do you think?
I liked it. I think it's a pretty cool move, in all honesty, and just Logan Paul's a good wrestler. Like it's really hard. It's really hard to hate on his in-ring work for me.
It is very
Just
fucking hard to hate on his in
he's
ring
just
work.
really, really
He's
he's the
this
most annoyingly naturally gifted, like,
athlete there
athletic
is.
person. Like, what the fuck?
Um, but after the match, New Day attacks Ray as the show closes out, and Ray Phoenix comes to the save. But here's the thought: with the fact that Triple H being able to bend Raw's airtime on Netflix, why not just show us the fucking segment?
So I will throw a counter argument, and I want to see if this sticks. Maybe I agree potentially that you should have just shown the New Day potentially
Excuse
just beating the shit out of Ray, like really emphasize it. But this is just a weird thing in my brain after I saw this note a couple days ago, and I've wanted to think on it to see what I would respond to it with. And I want to say that they want to keep a sense of how the old Raw used to feel, where
Cliffhangers.
the yeah, where like it felt like, oh my god, we're going off air, like we have no choice, like the TV's cutting us off, we'll catch you next week, in the middle of like a huge brawl fighting off, where they want to
And
keep that idea, even though it's not necessarily the truth.
then why the fuck tell us you can bend the airtime?
I I do not have an answer
You
for
feel
that.
me? Like it fucking
I
like
feel you. I
they go
feel
back
you.
on everything. Like,
I 1000% feel you. Like I'm not trying to defend it, but I was just trying to think of like a potential idea for why that would happen. I agree though. Like if you're gonna
it's so
make this
fucking
big
annoying.
deal of we're gonna have bendable air times now to where we get to decide when the show ends, but then you're gonna cut it off in the middle of a segment like this. Like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, in all honesty. You really just went back on what you just said of like no more cutting it off in the middle of a segment because it's running over when you do
Yeah,
it immediately.
yeah, that makes sense. So I'm ready to get into SmackDown though.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will hop into SmackDown now, and what I thought was actually a pretty good episode this week. We get Wade Barrett welcoming everyone to the show as we see walking into the building Nia Jax, our women's world champion Tiffany Stratton, Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters, Damian Priest, Jacob Fatu, and
On his
Tama Tonga
far
with
to shit.
on his Fatu shit with no solo in sight. We now hear
Oh,
from Wade Barrett that Joe Tessitore is out for the evening, so NXT commentator Vic Joseph is filling in. What are your thoughts? How did he do on the evening, do you think?
why not use Corey?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Why
getting
not?
to.
Why not use Corey?
I
I
was
was
getting to that.
so pissed off, dude. I paid very little attention to SmackDown. I was like, fuck this. I'm not doing it. I can't stand Vic Joseph. I fucking hate his voice.
Really?
Yes, I do not like his voice.
I did not know. I did not know that about Vic Joseph and
That's how I feel
not,
about him, at least.
not liking him. I don't know a lot about him. Like I don't watch a lot of NXT stuff or anything. Anything that I have heard of him, I don't have a whole lot of complaints, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I've had an idea that maybe this is a trial run for him, but we literally just heard that Joe Tess is just out on assignment doing something
Yeah.
else. So I don't think it actually is. It was just an idea that I had in my head at the time of writing this down. We then get a
Gotcha.
review of last week. Yeet. And everything that
Yay.
happened between him and Cody Rhodes and the Bloodline. Well, they're not called Bloodline anymore. It's Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. As well as Solo Sikoa returning at the end of the night to
Yeah,
spike
yeah, yeah,
Cody
yeah, yeah,
Rhodes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. We then get our WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, who comes to the ring, and Cody talks about how Jay has officially challenged Gunther at WrestleMania. Now, all eyes are on the Elimination Chamber and who will face Cody for the undisputed WWE Championship. And I hear a lot of CM, or not a whole lot, but I hear a bit of CM Punk chants at this moment, and I'm like,
CM Punk,
oh,
CM Punk,
please,
CM Punk.
please. He then asks, who's it going to be? The most natural athlete to ever enter our sport, Logan Paul. Boo.
Boo.
my friend, the voice of the voiceless CM Punk.
CM
Yeah!
Punk, CM
CM Punk,
Punk,
CM
CM
Punk.
Punk.
There's also Drew McIntyre. And of course, the GOAT, John Cena. And of
There's
course,
also Drew McIntyre.
we all go nuts for John Cena. Of course, that Drew McIntyre will come back to bite him in the ass. It's not going to be though, or I'll tell you who it's not going to be. It's not going to be Solo Sikoa. Cody
Fuck
points
you,
out that
Solo.
Solo has no way of getting into the chamber, and he believes that the spike he received last week was not meant for him. But before I get into Drew
His
McIntyre
oblivious
interrupting,
ass.
my thought immediately was, oh well, they're probably gonna do Solo versus Cody at Chamber then.
I'd be okay with that.
Really?
Hold on, I take that back.
Personally, I'm not 100% for that. But we'll see how they actually go. It's just an idea that I had. I haven't actually even heard any reports or rumors. It was just a thought I had in my head. We get Drew McIntyre interrupting after all of this, though. He gets the mic and he goes, "Also, Drew McIntyre? That's
Also,
all
Drew
I get?"
McIntyre. That
Cody
was
says
crazy.
he'll do it one more time for Drew, and he yells, "Also, Drew McIntyre!" It's like, well, bro, that's crazy. That's so crazy.
That pissed me
Drew
off.
points out all of his accolades, though, and he's like, also Drew McIntyre, who's won the Elimination Chamber twice and once as champion.
That's
Also Drew
true.
McIntyre, who's won the Royal Rumble. Also Drew McIntyre, who is a Money in the Bank winner. The same Drew McIntyre who hugged Cody a few weeks ago because he thought Cody was going to a dark place. And Cody tried to fight him. I don't know your deal, and I don't want it to be this way, but you've made it personal. So now he needs to remind Cody of just who Drew McIntyre is. We get just the best theme in wrestling right now. We get la woo da fa two,
Two.
and Jacob Fatu along with Tamatonga. They come out. Crowd absolutely goes ballistic for Jacob. I don't know if you like noticed it when the segment was happening, but he got the most. He was getting more cheers than Cody. I would argue, honestly.
Dude, he's so like he's also very naturally gifted at what he does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is that is for
Like obviously
sure.
there's comes training, but like
I think the
being able to do that shit is so stupid. Like
mm-hmm.
especially at the age that he's at. I think he's like almost in his 40s. He's doing that shit.
He's
Nah.
insanely athletic. Is amazing. Jacob Fatu is such a good wrestler. He
Good
goes, Drew,
God.
you got your spot in the chamber. Tonight it's all gas and no breaks, and I'm gonna dog walk Priest and Braun. Then he's gonna walk into the chamber and he's gonna go to WrestleMania. He's gonna bring the title back home to his family because it never should have left in the first place. Drew says he thinks the people want to see the two of them throw down right now as he gets into Fatu's face. And I'll just say it now. Drew, you're very correct.
Yeah.
But it won't happen because I've got my spot in the chamber already. And Cody, I think he wants to talk to you. And bro just dips. Bro just leaves. Oh, Drew McIntyre is so good sometimes. Cody
Love
then
it.
tells him to just say when. If he can win the chamber, then the two of them can fight over this, that being the championship at WrestleMania. And the fans start cheering for Fatu as we see a car arriving to SmackDown. Then we see someone dressed in all white, and for a second I thought it was Batista, but really it was Solo. Solo gets out of the car, and Cody marches forward, and he's like, "All right, I'm time to deal with some shit." But Fatu sticks the arm out and just stops him, not violently, not nothing, just like, "Hey yo, no, 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 no. If
It's my
anyone
business.
is gonna speak to Solo, it'll be him first, and it's also family business." Fatu can have the first word, says Cody, but he wants the last. Tama and Jacob both hustle to the background. Like Fatu rips off his sweatshirt and everything. Like, oh shit.
Fatu is upset.
They're going after him.
Yeah, they
We
are.
then see Wade Barrett with Trish Stratus ringside, and she mentions her Rumble appearance, or he mentions her Rumble appearance, and asks if she will be at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto. It says that she will be there in either a seat
That's
or a suite. And I thought at the time that this was a tease for Chelsea because immediately afterwards we hear Chelsea Green's music hit for an Elimination Chamber qualifier with
I
her
would
in the
not be opposed to that.
I would not be either, honestly. Like, but that was honestly like I'm not opposed to what we get later on, but I kind of wanted that low key. Like that would be kind of cool. It would give
Oh
like some
God,
legitimacy to that U.S. title. I feel a little bit if you have someone like Trish Stratus on that defense list, there's someone going after it.
yeah. I think it would just be more like I'm thinking more just because they're Canadians, realistically.
Yeah, no, I
I'm gonna keep
agree.
it a bug with you.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. So that's actually a way better reason. They are both Canadians. So there you go. They're both Canadians fighting over the United States title.
Exactly. Exactly.
Give me 1 second. My notes scrolled back all the way to the top. But
No,
now we'll
you're
get
good.
right into that match. Naomi repeatedly attempts a roll up and gets cooking with a leg drop and a Meteora. Chelsea then cooked during a commercial break, but a bulldog followed by a scissor kick turns it all around. Green gets the Rough Rider, and it looked pretty rough, I'll be real. Then
That's
she
what I'm
attempts
saying.
the Unpretty Her, only to get rolled up, and after a bit, Naomi gets the X Factor and a split legged moonsault for the win. She's going to Chamber.
Let's go.
Let's go!
I would not be. I wouldn't have been okay if Chelsea would have went into the chamber. I probably would have been really upset.
I feel like I would have. I like Chelsea and all, but I would have too
You
because
no, you don't like
I
Chelsea. You
can.
love Chelsea. I'm kidding.
I agree. I agree. That is our Miss President right there. First of all,
Okay,
this
this guy.
match,
You guys listen
Chelsea
to this guy?
received probably one of the most heinous things in all of wrestling, where she got wedgied in the middle of this match, and
You
it
guys hearing
was
this
such a
this man?
heinous attack that she had to put out a presidential statement from the office of Chelsea Green. The first ever Women's United States Champion, granted, y'all. This was published on February 15th, 2025.
I mean, I told you
Dear
guys to do it, but
concerned citizens, on the evening of February 14th, the defendant, or as I say, the culprit, Nasty Naomi, orchestrated a premeditated, juvenile, and inhumane attack on your United States champion earlier today. My cabinet and I held an emergency vote, and we in jurisdiction with code numbers and all of this. Wedgies are officially banned from pro wrestling matches. Any use of further said move can result in permanent banishment from Chelsea's ring. Y'all listening? No more wedgies. Period. Y'all heard it from the U.S. champ.
you see what Matt Cardona tweeted out though?
No, I didn't.
Where's the hard cam view?
That's what I was wondering too.
That's crazy.
We'll then go. It was crazy that they did cut away from that right as it. But now we'll go forward on into Kevin Owens, fueling what I hope is going to be my feud of the year. Like I said, and this is what I wanted to get into when I said earlier about Kevin and Owens, Kevin and
Kevin and
Sammy and
Owens.
Raw. We get a replay of 2 weeks ago with Kevin killing Sammy, and Sammy posted a response to X. He said he ain't doing great with the neck injury or with coming to terms with what happened. Sammy mentions their past, and it's almost a joke now how much KO has betrayed Sammy. This time it was different. This time it wasn't about getting ahead. It wasn't about sending a message. It was him trying to end Sammy's career. Over what? Not helping him win a wrestling match? Did he not see Sammy out there yelling at the doctors to see if he was okay? KO wanted him to help him win a match by pushing Cody off of a ladder. That's what KO sees as being there for someone as. He doesn't know when he's going to be cleared, but when he is, Kevin and Sammy, they're going at it again. And this time, it won't be for fun. Or it won't be fun. I don't think it was any of the other times before. Oh, I'm
Fair.
excited for this. And the Kevin Owens response that comes later is just peak. Peak for me.
Peak Owens.
I think Sammy's going to be making his return to SmackDown as well, based on this. Like I
So
know
who
the
goes in
transfer windows.
for?
I don't think anyone does. I don't think it's a transfer window thing. I think it's just a I need to get my lick back thing,
Hmm.
and you're not there, so I need to go here.
That's valid. That's valid.
type shit. But again, I'll get into that more when I get to the Kevin Owens response later on in the show. But then we get a great announcement of, honestly, I didn't know she wasn't in the Hall of Fame already, but Michelle McCool being inducted as a solo inductee to the 2025 Hall of Fame alongside Triple H. This is pretty cool because they were
I'm
on like
excited
this.
for this class. They need to put
What
Bray
was
Wyatt in this
the
class. So
what
excited
was
for
the
that.
whole show that they were on? Was it a podcast
No,
or
it was I think it's ESPN's like Get Up in the Morning. It's like Get Up or something like that.
Mhm.
It's I'm pretty sure it belongs to ESPN, and Triple H and Michelle McCool were obviously uh on there, but they were on there for something. I don't know what it
They
was.
were on there to support Legends and Future Greats, the new show
And
for.
then that
Uh,
makes sense, yeah.
that's the only part that I know of. I just didn't know if it was like a pod or ESPN or
No,
what it all was.
it airs nationally.
Hell yeah! But awesome. I
National
agree with you
television.
though. This Hall of Fame class is going to be a pretty dope one. And in terms of the Bray Wyatt one, if Bray Wyatt's going in it, I think Bray Wyatt needs to be the head, like the head of it all. You know, like what's the
Be the
term for it?
headline?
Is it the headline? Like the
Yeah,
main person, like how Paul Heyman was the main
pretty sure.
guy, like last year for the Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Oh yeah, it's
Heyman, the
they're
headliner.
the headliner, yeah.
Yeah, so Bray Wyatt should be the headliner of his Hall of Fame, and I feel like Triple H is going to be the headliner this year.
He is the headliner.
hmm So if they're going to do Bray
At
Wyatt,
least
they
I'm
need
pretty
to
sure
have Bray
that's
Wyatt
that's what I
headlining.
remember reading. It might be a little.
Bray Wyatt just deserves it.
Yeah,
He's that guy.
he is that guy.
And now we'll
But
go into
his character work and creative work is so great. But yeah, let's get into
no,
this.
never, dude. That character work was just like I've said it a few times on the podcast. Like it wasn't geared for me specifically. Not everything can, but like it was so good. Like even I can recognize that.
Well, let me ask this before we switch
God,
topics.
my freaking notes keep fucking up.
With that being said, what was your more favorite gimmick, the cult leader or the fiend?
Um, hmm, mm, mm. I don't really know because here's the thing. I liked the character of the Fiend more, but I remember Bray Wyatt having some absolute banger matches as that cult leader character. Because
Or would you say
if you don't
Firefly
have the
Funhouse
cult
Bray?
leader, Firefly
There's
Funhouse
three.
Bray, I would say
He
is
had
the
three
same
gimmicks.
as Firefly Funhouse was the same as cult leader, or no, not cult leader. It was the same as Fiend. It was just two.
No,
It was
because
two
it was
sides of the
Firefly
same
Funhouse for
character.
a while, but it wasn't. It's Firefly Funhouse for a while, but then he at some point introduced the fiend. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's how that was ran. I could be wrong. You might be right. To be honest.
Yeah, I remember just a bunch of Firefly Funhouse vignettes, and then the Fiend debuted, and then he started wrestling as the Fiend. That's what I remember. But I think I like the cult leader more, just because um, when I look at the cult leader, I remember those Shield matches that they had.
Oh my
Like
dude,
I
those
remember the
are
match that the Wyatt family had with
bangers.
the Shield. It was so fucking good. And then I remember the Fiend, and he had that Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins.
Bro, don't ever talk about dude. No, do not ever. That match should be
I'm sorry.
erased from WWE history. That how are you gonna make? Well, I don't remember what the fucking stipulation was because I didn't watch it
It
at
was
that
a
time.
Hell in a Cell match.
There
It
was like
was
an
a
extra
Hell in a
stipulation
Cell.
on top of it. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
No, it
But
was a Hell in a
why?
Cell match, and it ended in disqualification.
How the fuck? What the fuck? Because if we're gonna plead the case of that, then that means Drew McIntyre should have lost because he was the one to bleed the most because his head was cut open. I just want to point that out. But no, Vince McMahon's an old 80 dude. I
That's
hope that
such a. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
that match
Fuck
was
that
so
match.
good up until it was fucked up.
Fuck that match. Yeah, but a match that was just what I just thought was good. Go from that match, we'll go to Motor City Machine Guns versus Los Garza. And pretty quick and easy match. Garza has the guns, double team offense scouted in the beginning. Sabin turns the momentum around until Garza lifts up and slams both guns at once, and Berto's moonsault gets caught, eventually leading to the skull and bones for the win for Motor City. Hoping to see the Profits and them and DIY really mix it up here in the next
Oh
couple
god, that'd be
weeks
so
or
nice.
months
That'd be.
running up to
I would,
WrestleMania.
dude. If they don't do anything with the Profits after all these vignettes and videos that we've been seeing, that's kind of just dumb.
Yeah, I'll be pretty salty about it. Profits have got fire right now.
Oh
Actually,
god, they do.
I don't know if Dawkins is cleared right now fully because they said something like that in their promo here in a little bit that I'll talk about. But I don't know if he's fully cleared. That might be something to look up, honestly.
All right,
But
good to
now
know.
we get now we get a hyped video for Damian Priest. Of course, that's going to lead further into the triple threat main event that happens later. And this leads perfectly into Jacob. I almost called him Jama.
Jama Jonga.
Jacob and Tama tearing through backstage, looking for Solo until they find him. Where's he at? Bro's just chilling in a chair. He's just chilling. He's just hanging out. And Jacob wants to know what's happening after not hearing from Solo in weeks. And after losing the Ula Fala, this is Solo talking now. After losing the Ula Fala to Roman, he hasn't been himself. He let both of them and the family down. But he's good now. And he's ready to take over the business again, just like they were doing before. That starts with Jacob, though. He needs to win his qualifier tonight, then go on. He's got to win the chamber. Jacob kind of just scolding him this entire time, looking at him up and down, like Jacob's even, or Tom is even in the background, giving him looks like, bro, I ain't sure about you no more. But as Jacob goes to leave, he kind of just nods, and Solo pulls him back in, and he goes, "I love you, Jacob." Tama then follows Jacob out of the room as he goes to get ready for his
Jacob, I
match.
love you.
Bro, I love you, Jacob.
Love you,
I love you
Jacob.
too, Jacob. I also love Jacob.
We all love
we
Jacob.
get honestly what I found to be kind of a confusing segment, like really confusing, because we get our United States champion coming to the ring and no pop. No pop, no reaction. The arena was silent
You hear pin drop.
the entire time as he got to the ring. And it's like, I totally get it. Like, why would you even have a reaction for this shit? He gets a microphone. He says that he's been watching from the shadows, waiting for a warrior to step up. And he just senselessly rambles on until we get L.A. Knight. Yeah!
Yeah.
He gets out here. He goes, "Let me talk to you."
Yeah.
Basically calls Cap on Nakamura, waiting for a challenger after Knight had him beat when they last fought. Then some cross-eyed halfwits from the island of Samoa got involved, and you've been looking for a test, but you failed it with everybody saying awesome. You think, but the Miz interrupts. He says that he was wrong a year ago when he called LA Knight a flash in the pan, and he calls the fans basic for still cheering for LA Knight. LA Knight digs into
He calls
his
himself
accolades.
awesome. He needs to shut the hell up.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, what? Are you
Miz,
like, whatever?
LA Knight laid into him really good though, and he literally gets the mic. He just says, "Bro, you call yourself awesome. You just suck."
Oh God, he
LA
does.
Knight digs into all of his accolades, mocks each and every one of them. The Miz talks about LA Knight using the same old shtick out here, but the Miz, 10 years later, is still. Wait, I'm sorry. This is LA Knight talking, sorry. Miz talks about Knight using the same old shtick, but he's out here doing the same old stuff 10 years later that he was doing back then.
God, he is.
It's been at least that long, too, since he's been relevant, and Knight digs into the Miz and ends it all by saying that he should start a farewell tour just like Cena because everybody just wants to see him go away.
I agree.
I agree sometimes, but I also am the person that consistently says that we're gonna really miss the Miz when he's gone.
Yeah, we are, but right now, I don't care.
Right now, he sucks.
I've never been a fan of the Miz. I think he's more of a mid card. I don't think he should be a two-time Grand Slam champion. I don't know. That's just me.
I agree. I agree. To a certain extent, I think that those accolades help his character in a way that they need to, where he needs to be that like whiny, weaselly heel, but at the same time, he does have a resume that somewhat backs him up a little bit,
Yeah.
but not to an extent of like a Randy Orton or a John Cena or half the people that he steps up to.
No, right. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he beat John Cena at WrestleMania in the main event. That was also the
Okay.
worst WrestleMania of all time. It's also
Okay.
the worst WrestleMania of all time.
He also got knocked out in the middle of that match too. I have that on
Still the
DVD.
worst WrestleMania of all time.
I have that WrestleMania on DVD. That was the first
We've
WrestleMania I
said
think I
that
ever watched on
multiple
DVD.
times on this podcast.
Yep. There it is, right there. I actually have watched that DVD so many times. Funny enough, it might be the worst WrestleMania, but because sorry, apologies for that. Something got stuck in my throat. But growing up, that was like the first WrestleMania that I ever owned on DVD, and so I watched it so many times that I've worn the DVD out and it's all scratched up now.
He said, "Watching again?" Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, legit. I would watch that show over and over again as a kid playing with my wrestling figures.
that's
That's what
valid.
helped me get so hard into wrestling.
That's valid.
But
Mine was WrestleMania 25.
25. I wish.
I
That's the
had
one
25
Sean
and
and Taker
29.
won. I had, let's see, I have them. I've got 22, 27, 23. Then I've got a bunch of like highlight videos from different years,
That's valid.
highlight
Yeah.
DVDs. But now we'll get back into this segment. Miz fake cries for a bit and he shouts out Knight, saying that it's okay for men to cry because, I mean, it's what he said. It was okay, so Miz can do it right now. And LA
I
Knight's
hated
like,
I hated
it
that
seems
part
like
of the
he's
promo
kind of
so
like
much.
smiling though. He was
Bro,
kind of like laughing at
he's like
Miz's fake
mocking me.
crying.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. He goes, Knight then says, "You are right, but you completely missed the point of what I said. There is a line you do not cross. And if you want to talk about crying and crybabies, then The Miz is right up there with Drew McIntyre, neck and neck on the list of cry baby bitches."
Bitches. Oh God, I agree. Him
Miz.
and Drew are the two biggest crybaby bitches ever. Oh wait,
Mm,
hold on. I lied. Hate to say it. Early '90s Shawn Michaels, or no, the entire '90s of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels running the '90s. I hate to say it. The
That's
biggest
funny.
crybaby bitch.
That's so funny. Uh, Miz
And I
says
mean,
that.
oh,
No, I
go
agree.
ahead. Sorry.
I agree. Fucking cry baby bitches. Miz says that he flaunts his resume so much because he has earned it and he's been to the top. His career will stand alone when he retires, and he wonders if Knight can say the same or if he will crumble under the pressure when they stop chanting his name. Knight is not on his radar, and if Cena can call his shot for the chamber, then so can The Miz for the United States Championship. He made it his goal coming to SmackDown to win a title and punch his ticket to WrestleMania. Me, Wild Knight. Oh wait, Wild Knight is on the outside. Sorry, I completely messed up what I was supposed to be typing there. But Knight on the outside looking in like always. Yeah, he's just talking about LA Knight. Knight says that he earned a title match because looking at the champ before and after him, their title number to the defenses is 1/100th of what Knight did week in and week out, calling out Logan Paul and Nakamura never defending the belt there. I agree.
That's facts.
He calls The Miz an impotent dork, and he ate championship material. They start fighting until Nick Aldis comes out and makes a match between Miz and LA Knight. Presumably a number one contender match,
It was a
but I
number one
don't know if that ever
contenders.
got.
That was the one thing I did pay attention to.
Hell yes. Knight is in and out of control after a commercial break, scoring a power slam, and he attempts a BFT. Knight then dribbles Miz off of the table, but then starts trash talking Shinsuke Nakamura, letting the Miz retake control. And both trade pins, but a DDT ends the exchange in Miz's favor. But Knight scores a BFT from out of nowhere, and the Yabo gives him the win. After the match, Nakamura gets in the ring and in Knight's face, holding up the belt. Put the damn belt on him already is the only thing that I have to say about
Please.
this. Like, it was
Please.
just.
That's all we
It
asked
was,
for, boy. It's not that hard.
mid-card segment for the mid-card belt that's not being fucking used right now. When it
There's
felt so
two
hot on LA
championships not
Knight.
being there's three championships not being used right now.
Yeah. Like, this one especially has me. Like, I know I said especially with the women's intercontinental, but the men's US, after watching LA Knight win it at SummerSlam, us being there live for it, it just feels like I feel extra like hurt by that not being like used more
Yeah,
now.
that 2 month title reign, not worth it.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It's like, what the heck, man? What the fuck? But he
I
is
don't
right
know.
though. He defended that belt like five
He defended
times
that belt
more than
almost
like
week, yeah,
anyone
almost
else
weekly.
did. Damn.
Next John
But
Cena open challenge for real.
I wish. I wish that's what they had been doing. But then randomly he lost it to Shinsuke at Survivor Series.
Bad blood.
What was the Saturday night's main event?
Bad
Bad
blood.
blood. God damn it. Oh man. Now we'll get Nia Jax talking with Candice LeRae backstage, getting ready for her championship match. Alexa Bliss holding Lily appears, and Alexa wishes her luck tonight, hoping that she's going to do better than Candice did last week. Nia is familiar, though, with former friends betraying her and shoots Bliss a little look. Alexa and Lily realize, though, if Nia wins the title, she can win the chamber. And there is a chance that they can face each other again at WrestleMania. The Wyatt glitch happens here as she says this, and you said it was like, do you feel in control, right?
Yeah, it was like, do you feel in charge? But all the letters were, it was all messed up. And then there was
So
like a
then
Bible verse that came out, and it was something about patience. I don't remember
this
everything of it.
this is probably Uncle Howdy telling her like, slow the brakes now. Like, you just got back. Like, you think you're going after the title, but I'm not going to let you go after the title yet. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, I really want to know what the fuck they're gonna do with this whole Lily character, because I was
Yeah, me too.
expecting like Alexa Bliss's like normal
Hmm.
like 20 like was it, like 2016 2017 Bliss.
Yeah, where she reminded me kind of like of Harley Quinn in the way she dressed, and like
Yes,
she was like the Little Miss Bliss character.
yes, that's yeah, Little Miss Bliss. It's exactly what it was.
Hmm. I definitely would have
So
liked to see that return more than this one, but with the homage to Bray Wyatt that she's paying, I can't complain. Honestly, I
no,
still like
honestly, I
this.
can't either.
Um, Then this is Alexa Bliss closing it all out, and she says, how fun would it be for us to have a WrestleMania rematch? And she just kind of walks away from this.
But not
And
be
honestly,
opposed.
I'd like Alexa to be back in the world title scene at some point, maybe SummerSlam this year.
Me too. I'd
Just
be
an
okay with
idea,
that.
though. Then we
So
get R-Truth wrapping to the ring before he got a match with Mello. But before we get to that, we see Miz walking backstage, hurting when Andrade El Idolo walks up. Andrade says if Miz wants it, he can show him some stuff. Because, I mean, you just watched him out there. He kind of sucks. Mello walks up being friendly with Miz, saying, like, guys like Andrade, they don't respect guys like us, bro. Miz takes it way too far, saying that they need to team up. They need to become Mello, don't Miz. Fucking hate it. That made me physically cringe in my chair when I heard that.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Then a video of Mello talking with R-Truth earlier in the night where Truth thought that Mello saying that he was him meant Mello was calling himself Tozawa. And Truth is like, bro, you're not Tozawa. You are Mello. And that's
you are
kind of just what led
mellow.
to this. And he literally told Mello, bro, you are the reason toothpaste has instructions. Such a good bar. Then we get to the match. It goes by really quickly. Mello jumps Truth as the bell goes off, and Mello points to the WrestleMania sign, leading to Truth attempting a five-knuckle shuffle with the John Cena comeback. Mello then hits the first 48 and stops the attitude adjustment to hit nothing but net for the win. Ah, damn Mello. He won two! Hey, he won two matches in a row. In 2 weeks
He
in a
did
row, he's won. Making a comeback.
this. Yeah, against fucking
shut,
jobbers.
shut up against Matt Using against. You're calling R-Truth a jobber?
Yes, I'm calling R-Truth the jobber.
Oh, shame on you. But now we get actually a pretty cool Street Profits promo. They go on to say that they've ruffled a few feathers, but they are the ones who should be mad. Dawkins makes it clear that when he is cleared, they are putting everyone in the dirt. Montez loves the energy that he's given off. He loves the new vibes that they are feeling and is ready to win tag gold because they want the smoke. Love the new serious Street Profits. Want to see them in the ring.
Because we want to smoke.
Pretty Deadly now with Byron Saxton backstage, and they are sick of being underestimated and are ready to become tag champs next week against DIY, who walk up to them right away. Johnny says that they caught them off guard next week with their pants off, and Pretty Deadly points out that they literally had their pants on, though. Ciampa says that Ciampa says that after being so good to them, next week, whatever happens is on them. Next week, they will give their entire career a proper moment of silence.
Silence.
Pretty Deadly versus DIY next week for the tag belts.
I'm excited.
Pretty excited for that. That'll be a good match.
I agree.
Then
100%.
we get, God, such a good promo from Kevin Owens. And this is kind of where the confusion came in, where I could see why you would think that they're going to have a match at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So we get Kevin Owens having a promo from his car. This is obviously his response to Sami Zayn's promo from the couch earlier. He says, "So you aren't doing good. I'm not doing good. In the last 6 months, I've been stabbed in the back, and my heart has been broken by 3 guys who I thought were my brothers. Sami, you talk about your neck hurting, but you don't know what real pain is. But I'm going to show you."
Sure, you're smoking, Sammy here.
You say you want to go again? That's perfect. Let's go again. And I can't think of a better place than where it all started, in Canada. Cleared or not, in Toronto, come find me. Then you'll know pain.
Yeah, this is where I really thought it was Kevin versus Sammy.
Yes, like I don't think that this is going to officially lead to a match because of the whole thing where he says cleared or not, come find me.
Right.
So what I think will happen is like Kevin will show up once or twice throughout the show being like, "Sammy, where are you at? I showed up, but you didn't show up." And potentially like a semi-main event segment is going to show like Kevin Owens holding the show hostage until Sami Zayn jumps him from the crowd and they just have an insane brawl from there forward, like blood from just a normal brawl. Like these two need to go at it
I'd be okay with
because
that.
this is I'm gonna dig my heels in and say that this needs to be the Mania match, Sammy versus Kevin. I don't want Randy versus Kevin at all. I want Sammy versus Kevin personally.
So then, do you do Randy's comeback where he slides into the ring and say Cena wins
Oh my god!
17
Oh my
and
god!
RKO
Dude,
Cena?
dude! This is where
I'm
Randy
right
comes back.
here. I haven't gone anywhere.
That's what you just said. Is that what you just said?
What?
That Randy comes back instead of Sammy?
No. Randy comes back, but it's at the end of Cody and Cena's match, like I've been saying for weeks.
Oh.
I think Randy comes back, goes to congratulate, or not even congratulate. He slides in the ring in Las Vegas. Whoever's holding up the title belt, RKO's him.
Oh, that'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick, especially if it was like Cena. Oh, that'd be pretty
That's
sick.
what I'm saying.
But my
Let
idea
it be
that I just
Cena.
had, sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off when I was yelling
No,
that.
you're
I just
good.
had
You're
like a
good. You're good.
bombshell idea in my brain pop up at the last second. But
You're fine.
you gotta have Kevin like hold the show hostage, be like, "Sammy, where are you at, Sammy? I'm ready to fight you, Sammy." And Sammy just doesn't show up. Sammy doesn't show up. Maybe Sammy does show up, but he's held back by like his family. He's held back by like his wife. So how's he gonna fight off his wife and to go fight Kevin? He's
Yeah,
not going
that's
to.
real. Yeah, no.
So you have that, and while Kevin is distracted staring at Sammy, Randy slides into the ring and drops him with an RKO out of nowhere.
That would be
And
crazy.
he's like, "I'm here to fight you. I'll fight you, bitch."
That's crazy. I'd be okay with that too.
That'd be pretty. Ooh, that's pretty spicy. That literally popped in my head, like as I was saying, Kevin and Sammy should just have a brawl in Toronto.
I'd be okay with that.
hmm That is, maybe I'll put that on the Elimination Chamber prediction show when we do that. I don't know. We'll see how the
Oh, word?
few weeks pan out.
Hell yeah.
Um, we get actually what I think. So I'm gonna say something maybe a little bit controversial. I feel like this match should have main evented just because it's the world title. I'm just gonna say that. Like, you can disagree with me, and I can you'll probably be right, but I feel like as one of like this is Nia versus Tiffany, the payoff of your Money in the Bank cash in. I really feel like this should have been your main event of the night, but I can see why they didn't.
I'd be okay with that.
And then before the match gets going proper, because this match was actually pretty good too, I thought. Charlotte is seen watching from the back because she's obviously got heavy interest in this match. Nia uses her power to toss Tiffy around, who tries using her agility until a pop-up headbutt drops her. Tiffany's handspring elbow almost gets her going until a Samoan drop ends it, but after a commercial break, Tiffy does a sketchy roll up to Nia, but a second handspring elbow is caught and a leg is dropped. A second rope annihilator is countered, and while she is hung up in the ropes, Nia is stomped by Tiffy from the top, and I thought that looked sick. Tiffany immediately climbs the rope and is met with a second rope annihilator. She countered it only to get hit with one immediately after. Tiffy, after a commercial, moonsaults to the outside and lands a perfect top rope senton for a near fall. After countering another finisher from Nia, Tiffy about lands the PME, but Candice gets involved, causing the disqualification. Fuck you, Candice.
Fuck you, Candace.
After the
Fuck
match,
you,
Candice
Candace.
and Nia attack Tiffy time until Candice tries getting a chair and Trish Stratus gets involved, trying to help, but she is flattened by Nia Jax in the corner. After security separates everyone and Nia and Candice walk up the entranceway, I thought they had a potential to do a really good stare off between Nia and the Queen Charlotte Flair,
Woo!
who walks out, but they kind of just kept them like pretty far apart from each other. I would have liked to
Yeah,
see the Queen of the Ring and the Queen, like self-proclaimed, stare off.
I'd be okay with
Um,
that.
Charlotte gets the chair that was dropped in the ring, and I thought this was a really funny little, like, wasn't even really a promo, just her talking to Tiffy. She goes, Tiffy, wake up, Tiffy. Blink if you can hear me, Tiffy. It's still Tiffy time. Sit up if you can hear me, Tiffy. The Queen chooses you, and I'll see you at WrestleMania. She slams the mic down and just walks out the ring like a boss.
That was crazy.
I love Charlotte's attitude. You can hate her all you want, but I am firmly on the Charlotte bandwagon.
As you should be. As you should be.
Woo!
Woo!
I am pumped, dude. The second match of WrestleMania confirmed, and it's what we've been talking about for weeks, ever since the idea of Charlotte versus Tiffany came into like our brains.
The Queen versus the Princess. Why not do it?
hmm
Why not?
Exactly. I am pretty pumped. That has potential to honestly steal the night, whatever night it's on.
I think it's night. I don't know. I think it'll be night. Oh, it's gonna be
This
night
has
two.
potential.
I think they
This
put
has
the
potential
Workers
to main
Championships
event
on
night
night
one.
one.
This has potential to
No,
main event night one. I
no,
say
no, no.
because my
You can't
whole
buy it.
idea is you do the men's world title and you do like the Raw men's title and the SmackDown women's title on the same night, and then you do the Raw women's title and the SmackDown men's title on the same night
Right.
to kind of to just mix it up a little bit. Is my whole process on it all. So if you are going to do Jay versus Gunther on night one, you would probably do this match on night one.
Okay. I see where you're coming from.
Just that's the only thought process I have going into it.
No, right, and I get that. I understand that.
We then go backstage to see Nick Aldis having a meeting with the women's tag team champions, and he got an anonymous video regarding the Jade Cargill situation. A video then plays that shows Liv and Raquel around the scene of the accident when when Jade was attacked and loaded into the ambulance. Naomi and Bianca are now going to Raw to take care of Liv and Raquel. And
I don't think it was
Bianca,
them.
I don't think it was them either. Even Bianca, or no, it was Naomi who was yelling. She's like, "Everyone thought it was me. Everyone thought it was me." That's because it is you.
Because it is
It
you,
was you.
bitch.
It was you, motherfucker. But I hope this is now going to see Naomi and Bianca go to Raw and actually lose those belts to Liv and Raquel, in all honesty.
And who does Liv and Raquel fight? Oh, shit. Hear me out.
Hmm.
What if you um do oh, my neck. What was I saying? What was I thinking? Liv Raquel. Elimination Chamber. Oh, Elimination Chamber. You have what's her name? Jade come back, bust down the door, and then go after Naomi. Can't
Yes.
remember her names for some reason. Jesus.
Yes, 1000%. Because I think we still have like 2-3 weeks until Chamber.
That's true.
So this is exactly what I would do. Is I would have Bianca and Naomi go there this week, set up the tag match, do the tag match the week after, which should be the go home Raw for Chamber. Then that weekend you can have Jade come back and set up the feud with either Naomi, Bianca, or whatever you plan on doing with that.
Valid. Very
Potential
valid.
idea. I have no idea who Liv and Raquel fight for the titles though. That's a good idea or a good question.
I'd be
Sorry.
okay with Liv and Raquel. Oh wait, no. Sorry, you just said Bianca and Jade. My bad.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
No, you're good. I messed up what I was thinking. So
But yeah. Now,
I'm excited.
with that being said, we go to the setup of another women's tag team, or not tag team championship, but another tag team match. Byron with Tiffany Stratton backstage. He asks her about Charlotte as well as what happened after her match, and Tiffy is ready to show Charlotte that it's always Tiffy time, but she needs to focus on Nia and Candice LeRae first. God damn it, these names are too damn similar. Trish Stratus walks in and asks her about teaming up with Tiffany to take on Nia and Candice in Toronto. Tiffy agrees. It's Tiffy and Trishy time. Hell
That's
yeah.
fact.
Big
It is
facts.
Tiffy
That
and Trishy
match.
time.
I don't know if we actually got to see the match card, like get made official for that, but that's probably first match other than the Chambers made official for that card. We now get a rundown of the 2 WrestleMania matches that are official so far. Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship, as well as main event Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jimmy Uso is clapping for his brother backstage when a smug-ass Drew McIntyre walks up, points to the TV and goes, oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Charlotte and Tiffany, they got their path. Jay has his path to WrestleMania. Imagine if you did, though. Main evented alongside your brother. Yeet Mania, no Yeet Mania, all running wild. Yeah, it'll never happen, though, because I qualified and you didn't. But look on the bright side, bro. At least you married up. Jimmy then goes to walk away and he goes, oh, I'm sorry. Was it something I said, Jay? I mean, Jimmy. Oh, he gets super kick dropped to the fucking floor. He just eats the boot. Jimmy drops him, and then he just drops a no yeet before leaving. That match gets made official for next week. Braun Strowman now is going to the ring. He gets to cut a promo before this match. He says that he's got his hands full, a wild animal and a former world champion. But people always forget, I'm also a former world champion, and it's been 5 damn years since that's happened. Tonight, though, I run through Priest, I run through Fatu, then I run through the Chamber, because Cody Rhodes, I'm coming for you. Braun! That's just, his music just hit. It was good. We get, before the match actually gets going, though, rundown for next week. SmackDown, it's a tag team title match, DIY and pretty deadly. Jimmy Uso versus Drew McIntyre, also in a singles match. Now we'll move to the main event of SmackDown. It is our final Elimination Chamber qualifier of the night. Braun Strowman versus Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu, or as I like to say, beef, and more beef, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob and Jacob and Damian team up to throw Strowman out of the ring until they crash together. Strowman flattens both with a crossbody and dominates for a bit. Damian attempts his old school variation, but while on top, is grabbed by Strowman in a chokeslam position, but he's tossed away by Fatu. He then pulls Priest off of the ropes and drills him with a Samoan drop. Fatu pops up right after a dive onto Strowman and gives a swanton to Priest. A Tower of Doom ends with Fatu and Damon getting the worst of it, and Strowman getting all the momentum. Outside of the ring, Priest is launched over the table, and Fatu is choke slammed onto it, which I thought looked absolutely disgusting because it didn't break at all.
Disgusting.
Was nuts. Fatu no sells it though because he's on that Fatu shit. He pops up immediately in the ring to hit a super kick and a flurry of hip attacks. Fatu gets a chair to wrap it around Braun's head before the monster gets up and does the same to him. He screams, "Eye for an eye, Jacob!" until Solo appears behind him and he gives him the Samoan spike. Solo looks like he's about to start helping Jacob until Cody Rhodes arrives to fight him off. Tama Tonga arrives and Solo accidentally ends up spiking him. Fatu sees this and he's clearly pissed off, rips off the shirt, pushes Solo, and he doesn't really push him, he just gets into his face. Damien then gets in, pushing Fatu. Sorry, I got way too ahead of myself there. Damien pushes Fatu into Solo, though, and a crossroads to Solo on the outside, followed by a South of Heaven to Strowman inside of the ring, gives Damian Priest the win. Show closes out. Damian and Cody standing alongside each other in the ring. They looking at the WrestleMania sign. But I don't care about that. I care about Fatu and Solo.
Fuck you, Solo.
Dude, this is exactly not exactly, but this is pretty much what we were talking about needs to happen when Solo comes back.
Yeah, I agree. We need to see something, dude. I don't want to see all this shit go to waste.
No, you can do, I guess, Solo versus Cody at Chamber if that's what WWE's wanting to do. But, oh man, you've got to get this to lead into Fatu turning on Solo, though. You got to rip his freaking head off.
I agree to that. 100%.
This is going to be it. I am pumped. I've even seen a lot of people say that this potentially leads to Fatu challenging Roman at Mania.
How would that work?
I don't know. But something along the lines of, I squashed Solo, I squashed everybody in my path, now I have to go and reclaim the title of Tribal Chief for my family. Even though they're part of the same family, but in his eyes, it's like Roman's side and his side sort of thing. Even though they're part of the same family, even though they hate each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's got to take that right away from Roman so that he can lead the family in the right direction in his eyes.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. But then, that kind of wastes the whole Seth thing that he did at Rumble. I don't know. Just some ideas, though.
Yeah, there's so much that you could run into.
Get more into that when we do more WrestleMania prediction stuff, because potentially you'd be doing a full episode on that, protecting our whole ass WrestleMania cards before it fully makes sense. Just to get some wild predictions in there. But
I'm excited for it, honestly.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited to get that episode out for you guys.
I'm straight. You got anything else you wanna add on to this one though?
I do not know.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of the AR Wrestling Podcast. Like I said, be on the lookout for potential WrestleMania predictions video entirely. Be on the lookout for Elimination Chamber predictions video and reactions video around the time of that in the beginning of March. That'll be March 1st. Make sure y'all head to our socials. Our Twitter is AR Wrestling _. Our Instagram is AR _ Wrestling _. Go to Spotify, Apple Pod, iHeartRadio, AR Wrestling Podcast, YouTube, AR Wrestling 1020 in your search engine. Drop the subscribe, put on the notifications. Head over to Twitch, where we're starting up that channel where we're going to be doing some live streams and all sorts of other content on there. Twitch.tv /AR _ wrestling. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready for that too. But thank you for listening to this episode, like I just said, and we will catch y'all in the next one. I thank you.
you.